Yo, what up? Welcome back to another episode of the SquADcast Versus. We got the whole squad in the building. Kev over there. What's up, Kev? You good?
That's 2 for 2 for you.
Hey, man, I'm out here, man.
Oh, wow.
It's just about confidence and slowing down.
There you go.
Yeah, slow down.
What are you doing?
Picking out this luxurious beard.
You don't need a pick for that. You can use a comb.
No, I don't. I have to have a pick. Nigga, shut up. Yours don't grow on the size like that, so you wouldn't know about this.
It does. I have it trimmed like that.
Shut up and leave me alone.
It's called grooming. Pat, what the fuck you got going on?
Nigga, what are you doing?
Pat be dressing like he pregnant.
Yeah.
It's all about comfort for him.
Like you at a women's shelter.
It's a hoodie blanket.
You can always tell when him and Quattrell are at odds.
It's a hoodie blanket.
I'll leave, but I'm taking my hoodie blanket, bitch.
Somebody will love me.
It's a blanket that you wear like a hoodie.
No, you're trying to explain it. We don't care.
That's what I saw. That I was like, oh, my wife would love that. That's literally the first thought I had.
All of us thought the women in our lives would love that. All of us.
And
Pat was the only one who was
no.
like, I'm going to get it for myself.
No, you're right.
Pat be wearing that with no pants on.
No bottoms.
I thought he had it on.
And them
All you have
shoes.
drawers on,
Them
though.
shoes.
He had it on yesterday when we were filming the podcast. I didn't think he had bottoms on. He was just sliding across the floor with them moccasins on.
I had bottoms on. Don't play me like that.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I was uncomfortable.
Where'd you get that from?
Amazon. I got it from my sister, and then I was like, me too.
Yo, you didn't even get this system. He was like, this is pretty.
It's just called hoodie blanket?
Hoodie blanket. I'm going to know all of you guys are going to have one.
I'm ordering my wife one right now. Does it come with the tampons when you got it? Or
Well, it doesn't come in 6X, so you're out. You have to wear a sleeping bag like a hoodie.
Sleeping bag for each arm.
I'm really about to buy her that. That is a thoughtful gift.
You look comfortable as fuck.
You be
It's
cold
very
a lot, Pat?
comfortable. Huh?
You be cold a lot?
No, but it's perfect for people who be cold too much.
Look at the position. Look at the position that he's
The
in
way
right now.
the hoodie blanket made him sit like that.
So how you feel about the new season of The Bachelor? You been watching it? Or?
When Pat get up,
Bachelorette
hey, when Pat get up,
paradise.
I feel like to drink coffee, you gotta hold your chest when you sit with
This is
that.
for sure like you drink coffee with two hands.
Yeah, stare out the window, the leaves falling. You just say randomly. Yeah, exactly. You just make observations. Look at the kids skateboarding. You guys see that nice boy outside?
I just feel like
I have a fireplace now. Are you really recording me?
No, I'm getting pictures. These
You
are
could
great.
smuggle so much shit into a movie theater with that. For
I
real,
know, right?
just slang snacks.
Is
out
it from
the ass.
Catalonia or any homie?
I don't know. Whichever one the bestseller is.
I need the top quality one.
Doesn't he look like a proud black woman? Oh my God! I feel so free.
Pat be wearing that when the kids open the Christmas gifts. You thought I was
You told them they wasn't going to get nothing.
You know I got it for you.
Oh, you look like a proud black mama right now.
I do look like I'm like an author. I'm sitting like an author.
That might fuck around and be the thumbnail.
You're really ordering that for your
Absolutely.
wife.
My wife is going to love this. You got to buy thoughtful gifts for people.
Yeah.
She be cold all the time at
I'm all about buying
home.
thoughtful gifts, man. Stuff that people actually want and will use. Like, it doesn't matter like how much money it costs. Like the thought that you put into it, I feel
It
like
does,
that's what really what really goes for it.
I should
You
get a
can't
hoodie.
think past your wallet.
hoodie,
Yeah.
I should get a collab with these guys at this point. I just sold one.
You absolutely
There
just
you
sold
go.
one.
Yeah. They're mad expensive, or are they?
They're pretty expensive. They're like 40, 50.
Yeah, about 40
I was
something.
expecting it to be
Nah,
like 80.
regular hoodie
yeah.
is about 40, 50. That's
Yeah.
actually pretty good for
Yeah,
that.
that's solid.
Yeah, that's a good price.
Arriving Saturday by 8 p.m.
There you go.
All right.
I'll be in the
Don't
draws by 9.
don't say the name of it.
Got you this hoodie blanket. Now pick it up. Snatch, right? Yeah, it fits.
Give it back.
All right, man. Well, we're going to go ahead and crack into today's topics of verses. All right, so today's first topic, we are kicking open the gate. Starting off with Chappelle.
You only playing that
You already
much.
know you got. It was a rock back. You got to just do one thing. Just talk. Don't rock back, nigga. You trying to mix it up and get cute.
Kicking out the game.
Stick to the script.
Where am I?
I'm doing it
His
again.
mind was like, whoops.
Kicking off today's first topic.
That man
It
said
is
you can't do
jumping
it.
out the gate. We have Chappelle versus Key Peele.
Okay, now let me ask a clarifying question.
Both?
Are we talking about the show?
The show,
Only
Chappelle's
Chappelle
show.
Show
versus
versus
Key and
Key
Peele.
and Peele.
Oh, easy. Super easy.
All right,
This ain't much of a debate
if it's
for
super
me.
easy. Go ahead, Pat. You kick it off.
Chappelle.
Off the gate.
Pay the dues. First of all, I think Chappelle, he didn't invent that format, but he owned it. Like that whole, and that was Key and Peele. They continued it, but Chappelle was like edgy for black people, which made it acceptable for white people in a way. Like it was like the skits were for black people, but it was so culturally relevant and powerful that it just seemed like it was for everybody. Key and Peele seemed like it was for white people. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
It was coming at it from a very like, which I appreciate it, like, because they're mixed. So I think they brought about like a mixed.
He's looking up Key and Peele because he doesn't know anything about
I
them.
know what that about.
You don't know them?
Nigga, mind you, I'm getting together my
No,
argument.
the show, not peeling potatoes. So you use the key to peel?
pie and Peele.
I thought we had a
Key lime pie. No, that's something else. But Key and Peele really was like talking about like how it is to be mixed and how it is to be like you're a black guy, but you also like
I think they both have their standalone like highlight episodes. Like Chappelle's got such classic characters, but also Key and Peele had like the substitute teacher bit.
that was great.
They ruined so many names with that sketch.
Yes.
So many.
Hey, Aaron, remember Aaron ADD?
Yeah.
Bro,
He was
people,
like,
any guy named
Aaron.
Aaron's life, they're like, nah, shut the fuck up. Oh, like, hey, no. And just because I think Chappelle too, but just because I say that doesn't mean I don't like Key and Peele. Key and Peele was great. Key and Peele had. Do you remember did you guys see the bitch sketch? Where he didn't want to call his girl bitch, and it kept. Yeah,
They kept going somewhere else.
at the end of Outer Space.
And they made that skit. That was the first skit they ever did. And their last skit, they ended the whole show with like a bit from that. It was pretty cool. That was like a huge skit that lasted like 3 seasons.
Oh wow!
I didn't know that.
Wow.
That was a good fun
Chappelle
fact.
shows each, like, sometimes watch Key and Peele and be like hit, and then be like, whatever, maybe it didn't resonate with me. But Key and Peele Chappelle show every single time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just condensed. It was only 2.5 seasons.
The
but
longer
every
you
one
go
was
as a show, the
hit.
more likely you're going to have misses.
Right. Well, that was another thing with Chappelle show. How much longer had that gone before? Like, do you think it would have hit like 7 seasons? And you're like, man, we get it.
I think anything like that goes that long starts to miss.
Yeah. I mean, I used to love Workaholics just coming up, and then, like season 6, I'm like, man, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, like even with
Still working?
Like the last 2 seasons of The
Yeah, you
Office.
still working? Y'all only got promoted.
How many sketches do you expect to be good on SNL?
At this point,
When
maybe
was
Yeah.
when was
One-
SNL?
That's kind of why
episode.
Chappelle show
When's the
is
last time
so
they were
great.
good?
It's just
SNL.
I don't.
Like,
it's
when's
been
the
a
last
while.
time you like went to like I gotta watch
I
Saturday
honestly
Night
can't
Live?
say that I ever went out of my way to watch that.
didn't
like
like
it comes
SNL.
to me like it'll be
Yeah.
on YouTube recommended.
Yes.
I watched it when Eddie was on it, just because Eddie was on it.
How
Like,
old are you?
You really watched that Night Live? When
no,
Eddie
I
was-
mean when
recently.
Eddie just went recently.
Oh,
He
I
did the
thought you
monologue,
said the first time. Dang.
I used to probably watch Mad TV more than I watched SNL.
I love Mad TV.
I loved it. I think they were edgier.
Key and Peele were on Mad TV.
Yeah,
Is that where they started?
Yeah. It's fun, a lot of funny sketches.
Chappelle show just has so many classic characters and sketches that are just.
That's the thing that I think that separates him. There's so much stuff from Chappelle show that I still say game blouses for a variety of reasons.
Yeah.
You know that
so funny.
the Charlie Murphy stuff, the I'm rich, the George Bush smacking the water table,
The race draft.
the race draft, the real world episode might be my
Did you see
favorite
the one
one.
where they switched husbands?
Oh yeah,
That one was hilarious.
Yeah.
The wife swap.
Yeah,
Remember
he's
the
like
white-
playing with
the
the
black
dildo, and
dude
he's like,
was the,
"How the hell you turn this thing on?"
The black dude who was the Ku Klux Klan person.
Oh, yeah,
Clayton
yeah,
Bigsby?
yeah.
Clayton Bigsby.
Oh,
Clayton Bigsby is. That's
God.
like-
You
characters are
know,
amazing.
another big reason why I like Chappelle's show better was his stand-up. In between skits was
Yeah.
hilarious. Key and Peele, they were kind of corny in between the skits. I didn't like how they were on stage.
I think
You know
they
what
were
I
just
mean?
more like improv. Like I think that's
Yeah, they're not stand-up
you can
guys.
tell,
They
you can
both
tell
come
that they're
from
both
improv.
improv guys more than like stand up.
Yeah, that's very true. It was like
everything is
improv
like
vibe.
yes and like even off their jokes they
Yep.
play off each other. It's like yes and
that's improv 101.
That's it. That's the first rule of
I
it.
would say, and they act out things like a little too long. Where he's like,
Right.
you get it, like when
Yeah.
they were like when
But-
he was doing like the little crab thing.
But the but some sketches like the Liam Neeson one that works so well.
which one when he was like trying to catch the bullet?
No, where they just kept saying Liam Neeson.
Oh no, I see.
You remember that one where they were
Hell,
both
man.
working at the hotel?
Nah.
But Liam Neeson's dog.
oh, the valet guy.
yeah.
Yeah, ballet guys.
Yeah.
They definitely had characters that I was like
Oh.
more a big fan of. The football ones, those were
Yes,
really, with the names.
the
those were
East-West
really funny.
game?
Yeah, those were really
The
good.
funniest Key and Peele sketch to me was the heckler, where he was.
and ain't nothing hitting.
I thought I could take it.
He was crying. I just thought you were laughing. No, it burns. I laughed.
The funniest
so-
for me is it was like an assassin, a deadly assassin, and Keegan had went back to go get him.
That was a good one.
And he was like,
trying to get him out of
he's like,
retirement.
I actually don't want you to come back. I just want to know if you can assist. Like, he's like, no, you talk me into it. He's like, you're too old. He's like, go ahead, shoot me with your gun. And he kept trying to catch the bullet, but he kept getting shot like 4 or 5 times.
Because you gotta see that one. Your reenactments suck. Let me tell you my opinion. Jesus, that was hard to listen to.
It was a good one, though.
He just kept going.
Read the room, Tahir.
I felt like I was held
right there
against my
with
will.
you.
I like eye contact, so you couldn't go.
I was like, nigga, like,
and he kept
no.
going. He kept getting shot.
Yeah, just like,
I was like, can you stop looking at me now? Can I leave? I feel like this door is
I looked over to
locked.
make sure Pat was still in it, too. You still in it, too? Yeah.
Pat saw it, and then he don't like it now.
I would say, honestly, I would pick Key and Peele over Chappelle for the reason of they were
Everybody
put
else.
in a very impossible situation to follow one of the greatest shows ever, and I think they did really good following that. Chappelle had 3 seasons. That's what I was looking up. Chappelle had 3 seasons. Key and Peele actually had 5. And so I kind of feel like to be able to follow something like that on that same station and to still be able to outlive it.
Does that
and-
mean you like it better?
I like it better than Chappelle. I'm not the hugest Chappelle fan. I think he's great, but like I'm
He
not.
might be.
Well,
I'm
you
not
said
into-
something because I came in here after the special job we did, Righteous and Ratchet. What'd you say? You're like, Chappelle is. He ain't slept on anymore. I was like, what? Who is sleeping on Chappelle?
No, I was saying because like his most recent special was my favorite special of his, but everybody else likes
Kill Him Softly.
Kill Him Softly and For
But I
What
like
It's
this new
Worth,
one.
yeah.
But no, and like my favorite sketch on I liked Key and Peele because I liked their humor. I think it was really smart. My favorite sketch with them was when they had basically the text message conversation and how they were misinterpreting everybody's text
that was a
message.
good one.
That was just like it's so smart to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I very narrowly would edge it out to Key and Peele.
Kev?
But I mean, the Chappelle MTV
But Chappelle is a-
Cribs
is a-
episode
is a-
single-handedly.
Chappelle MTV Cribs, man.
This is
It's perfection.
it. Literally,
It
there's
just
no room of like everything.
There's no
hit.
fat.
Yeah,
there's
it's literally like
literally no fat on the. I mean, it is. It might be my
2.5
favorite
seasons
sketch
of
of
just-
all time of sketches.
Really?
That the real world thing, because we all
Real
like, what if
World
they did
was
one with all
hilarious.
black people
Oh,
and
yeah.
one white person, and they were like. And then Chappelle did it, and Charlie Murphy. The way they were looking at his girl, they were like, "Yeah." And then, man, it was just Donnell Rawlings.
Rawlings, yeah.
Bro, he used to be so funny on that. But that is my favorite sketch of all time.
MTV Cribs.
The real world. That dude's face, man. It was just, man, it was perfect.
Wait, are
I
y'all
think-
talking about different skits?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I know.
Wait, which one you talking
No,
about?
you're right. I was just
MTV Cribs.
We good.
Oh yeah. That
Cribs
was,
was
is that
great.
when he was rich?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
opens
yeah.
the door,
Dylan.
No.
That one. Which one? He opens up the door. He has like the dinosaur
The
egg.
MTV Cribs.
Oh, you right.
Yeah.
That was good too.
That was
I was
great.
talking about
the
real
pop
world.
copy one. Where's the
Pop copy was
that
good.
was great. There was a lot of
Is
people in
Chappelle
that.
anybody in here's favorite stand-up comedian?
He's my top 5.
Not my top 5. He's funny though. Is he your favorite?
He's my favorite. Yep.
Yeah, I'd say favorite.
Favorite of all time? Mm-hmm. Above the
even know
greats,
if I-
or like just on the same level.
Above
as
the greats.
Above Eddie.
Above the greats? Mm-hmm. I feel like the one knock I could have on.
It's hard to have stand-ups be your favorite that when they came before your time.
Yeah.
Like people like
very
Richard Pryor,
valid.
like if you like Chappelle was releasing his stuff in Pat's like in real time
That's actually
for
true.
him. So like for Richard Pryor, I like him, but I don't have he doesn't have the same effect on me that he does that people when he was releasing and they
Right.
were like 18, like that was, you know what I'm saying? Like when you go back and
Right.
I mean, because he like built the framework for so many comedians, what he does, it doesn't seem as revolutionary because it's not revolutionary now. It's
Yeah.
revolutionary
It's
then.
like rappers now not being on the Biggie and Tupac
Yeah,
wave.
exactly.
It's like
Right.
how longer are like we gonna be upset with these little kids for not
Why
knowing,
would
like,
they? We
that's
weren't
what I'm
listening to
saying.
Cool Mo D
You don't
and
like
Cool
Sugar
Herc.
Hill Gang? Like, no, who is that? I was born in
Kids always
2005.
listen to the people that are rapping as they are listening to rap.
Right.
There's no reason for like people got mad at Lonzo Ball for not liking Nas. Like, bro, Nas ain't been fired when Lonzo Ball was
That's
a
what
kid.
I'm saying. I went back and watched Richard Pryor and it didn't connect. I think he's funny.
I'm not gonna hold you. I watched the live on the Sunset Strip too, and I was just like, it was cool, but I wasn't. It didn't hit me like I feel like it hits everybody else. I feel like there's a lot of credence to your point about what we watched growing up because, like, Jamie Foxx was the first real comedian that just kind of blew me away, and to this day, he's like He's like my favorite comedian.
That's a lot of breath to blow you away. I mean, Jamie was he huffed and he puffed. He could not blow that house down.
But the thing I think that what resonates with me is if I can connect with you as a person and you're funny, and I feel like Chappelle is just really, really funny. I don't know much about Chappelle outside of the fact that he's really funny, though. I know a lot lot about other comedians, like even with like a Richard Pryor, you know so much more about them as a person.
That's a big thing for you in stand-up.
Yeah, I just want to know
Some people just
who you
wanna laugh.
are. Like some people just want to.
Eddie Murphy, by the way, this is counteracts my whole point about Richard Pryor. Eddie Murphy's jokes feel timeless, though. If you watch Raw and Delirious, like it's specifically like the ice cream joke, that's as funny today as the first time I heard it. Oh, Eddie Murphy, funny guy. Like that stuff is.
He would like never take a joke off. Like he was just fire the whole time.
Yeah.
Like he just.
Eddie's one of y'all. Is y'all top?
Oh, he's number 2 to me. I'll put him on number 2.
Who's y'all number 1?
Jamie Foxx.
I don't think I can ever pick a. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a reason why. Bernie Mac to me has the greatest stand-up set of all time. The Kings of Comedy set is my favorite set, but he doesn't have a special. But you know what I'm saying? But like that, I don't even need that to be an hour. That 20-25 minutes on Kings of Comedy was like, I remember, but also I watched that in the theater in high school. I shouldn't have been watching. I was like 16.
You saw him live?
Oh no, I saw the movie. I didn't see it live, but I saw the movie in the theater. Me and Melissa, and I remember when he did his set, I was just like, I don't think it's humanly possible to laugh.
Y'all really knew each other that long? That's wild.
Yeah, we met at the hospital when we were born. But like those things, like you remember, like when Patrice O'Neal released "Elephant in the Room," that stuff was like we were
That is
great.
amazing special.
Yeah, but like
That
so I think it's
restaurant bit?
unfair too.
But you know what's crazy about it? Because I've never seen a ton of stand up like on TV from Tony Roberts or JB Smoove, but I've seen both of them live, and I think I've laughed harder at those two comedians than I've laughed
Tony
at anybody.
Roberts, I saw him
I
in
was gonna
Dallas.
die one time when I was laughing at JB
Tony
Smoove.
Roberts is one of the funniest people I've ever seen in my life.
I don't think you need to. Tony Roberts nearly killed me in Dallas, Texas. I mean,
And
I'm
he just
talking about
keeps
no
going.
warm
He's
up.
rapid
Like
fire.
I'm
He
gonna
just
make you die.
goes.
Like
Bro.
I was hurt. So I think that, but and some people's stand up doesn't translate well to special.
Exactly.
And they're just way better live. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Remember that first time we saw Billy after his dad passed away?
Oh my God,
Man,
that was
Monster.
You remember that?
Jesus, like fire.
That might
Like,
have been one of my best experience. And we were just like, remember we were like, man, should he even be
I
performing?
was more or less going to support, like as a friend, like bro, this is a tough time. Let's
Right.
go to like. I remember watching. I remember looking at you like, bro,
This is
he's
gold.
different.
It
It was like a week or so after it happened, and the way he was able to put it
No,
together.
it was the week.
Oh, yeah, it
he had just
was.
come back from Houston like
Bro.
the day before that. And we were like, man, remember? We were like, man, I don't know.
I have never been
That was
more
comedy gold,
impressed
really.
by a set. I remember that's what I said. I said, oh, that's our Richard. Like for him to be able to take pain like that and be able to talk about
Man.
it within a couple of days after it, and the joke was just the joke that he had
fantastic.
about his dad passed, bruh.
I remember
Shout out to
thinking-
Billy Sorrells for no reason.
Shout out to Billy Sorrells. And also, I think one thing I like about comedy, especially Billy in this instance and Patrice O'Neal, somebody making you laugh at something that you'd be like, I don't even know if I should laugh at it. And
That's
they
the art.
still make you laugh.
That's
It's
the art.
like, I feel guilty.
Right.
But it is so funny.
I
I'll
can't
just
not
feel-
laugh.
I can't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Billy literally talking about his dad that passed. I'm gonna get to it. His dad that passed away the week he passed away, and we were dying laughing.
That was also Billy's
Dying.
coping mechanism.
Yes,
too.
he gave us the freedom to laugh with him because we laugh. But to answer your question, Chappelle show. I also was watching that in real time. I didn't watch Key Peele in real time. I watched more of their stuff in YouTube. I was in college when Chappelle show came out, and that's another thing, like the cultural significance. Everyone on my entire campus, and I went to a white college. Everyone, black and white, Asian, everyone stopped and watched Chappelle show.
Yeah.
So it had that kind of like stop the world.
The inside jokes with
and
your friends,
yes,
all that.
The rest
that
of the week
goes
you talked
into
about
it.
that sketch. You know, that week's episode.
Do you think that's just because it was the sign of the times then? Like there were
That
any other
counts.
outlets for anything else?
No, I totally do. I totally.
Versus like now.
So much of
never thought about
stuff is timing. Like
Yeah.
we couldn't have had Uber, Airbnb, none of
Yeah.
that stuff without internet and GPS. We
Yeah.
just, you couldn't. Taxi drivers actually had to know where they were going to take that. Now you could move to a city and drive there. So almost everything is culture. But I definitely have an effect to it because I was enjoying Chappelle's show as it was being released. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? So Key and Peele is always somebody sending me a YouTube clip of the show. I never tuned in, and that's not a shade against them. I
Right.
just wasn't
Where
tuned
you
in to
were in your
comedy.
life.
We also weren't watching TV as much
You were
when
in
their
college
sketch show
around that
came out.
time, right?
No, I'm talking about when Key and Peele came out.
Wait, but weren't you in college around the time that they came out?
No.
talking about Chappelle.
Chappelle was in college, and the internet
Oh,
wasn't
okay,
as popping as like we didn't have video on Facebook like that. You know what I'm saying? Like people weren't putting clips on YouTube of TV shows.
Gotcha.
So
I'm
I
going-
laughed harder at Chappelle's show, and it had cultural significance more. and Charlie Murphy's story when the Rick James.
That was
Rick
amazing.
James in the sketch.
That was crazy.
He's like, man, he said I had a couch on this thing. I have no, and then he came back.
That might be the funniest sketch I've ever seen.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
That might be the funniest sketch I've ever seen in my
That was
life.
great.
like-
that was great.
That alone was
and they
funny.
got Rick James.
Tyrone
I actually-
Biggums.
Oh, man.
So funny.
You forget about how many good ones.
We
there are.
forgot about
really
two
is.
of the most classic ones.
You know,
I love.
I gotta switch.
Okay.
I gotta go to Chappelle. I didn't even think about the Rick James.
Why don't you just go last from now on?
I will.
So
Hear all the arguments.
Let everybody influence you early.
Everybody Chappelle.
Everybody.
Except
Chappelle,
for me,
yeah.
I'm Key Peele. I'm sorry.
really?
Yes, I'm gonna tell you why. Here's why. I didn't watch Chappelle's show in real time either. I got everything after the fact. And while I felt like it was funny as hell, some things I just didn't relate to. I always think it was as funny as everybody made it. And there were times where I
You
called
know
myself
what you're
watching
effect of? You're effect of the hype train.
it.
If you want, when people hype something up, and then when you go watch it, it's never as good as the hype.
Yeah. And so because I caught it after everything had already aired.
Yeah.
And I tried to watch it, and I just was like, I wasn't really. I mean, there were certain things that were standout ones, like the Real World and Rick James one, and Tyrone Biggums and Clayton Bigsby. Those were great. They're standout ones, but it was just that for me. It wasn't something like if I had caught it in real time, I wouldn't have felt pressed to hurry up and get home and make sure I watched Chappelle's show.
What stood out? What stood out for you with Key Peele?
You know what? Because I didn't watch them in real time either. I watched them on like Hulu, but I don't know. I just felt like the jokes were more lighthearted.
Do you think they were because you had no expectations of Key and Peele?
It could be that too.
Yeah,
Because
it definitely
I like-
was a lighthearted show. They weren't here to talk about race relations through comedy. They were just like,
think-
"This is funny, huh?"
I
And we're
think
like,
I think what they did at the time when they did it, because I had forgot that they were on Mad TV. I didn't know much about Key and Peele until the show. So the fact that they were able to get the show, put it up, and people received it on the level that it was accepted,
People-
says
recepted it.
we're receptive to it
Oh.
on the way that it was accepted.
Okay.
You knew what I was saying. That was no need.
I
No, he
just-
did. I didn't know either. I
I
was
just want
like,
you
what
to
did
use
he
the
just
right
say?
words,
Shut
though.
up.
I didn't know what you
Recepted
said.
it.
Explain.
People recepted that sketch. I like it.
I was just like, what?
Anyway,
Let the nigga talk. He gonna mess up.
I think the show was dope, and I think in 10 years from now we're gonna look back and be like, oh man, it was a great show, and appreciate the same way that we showed the adoration toward Chappelle's show, because I think that their sketches were timeless too. There was the ones that we named, and then like the yogurt shop one. I don't know if you saw that one, but it was a lot of great sketches.
The ones you
Guy
love,
knows, right? Good.
the ones you love, nobody else. He's
Nobody,
like, Trev,
ain't nobody co-signed a sketch of yours
I
yet.
seen more. I
Trev
seen
gave
more
you
of
nothing.
those.
You like the yogurt. Trev like,
Trev looked away. He put it on his phone.
He was like, nah, nigga. Like, wait,
Well,
Trevor, you're not supposed to say that, though.
I was like, I mean, I'm white, but I'm not like white. You know, like I don't know that much Key and Peele. You know,
All right, well, here it is. Chappelle, Key and Peele, Chappelle. Looks like Chappelle's has it
Yes.
on this one. Shout out to the Chappelle Show. Also, shout out to Key and Peele. But before we go to the next topic, let's take a break.
much better. Yeah. Jordan Peele retweeted me. Dave Chappelle has not. He said me and Zay and JoJo are the future of sketch, but that was 2 years ago. We really haven't done nothing.
you just reply to that tweet. Just following up here, just seeing what's good.
He gonna send you a screenshot of that tweet with this emoji.
I was just saying in general, not like I could do something about it. I'm more into scary stuff now anyway, so I really can't help you.
Listen, I don't have a lot of time, okay? I just want to let you know really quick that this episode is sponsored by BlueChew. And
Babe, are you coming back to bed?
I'll be right there, babe. Fellas, do you remember the days when you were always ready to go? I mean, at the drop of a dime? You want those days back? All you have to do is go to BlueChew.com. BlueChew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. Another great thing about BlueChew is you can take it anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. And because it's chewable, it works twice as fast as a pill. So you'll be ready whenever the opportunity arises. Listen, BlueChew is prescribed online by licensed physicians, which means you don't have to go to the doctor's office. You don't have to wait at the pharmacy in long lines. It ships to your door in a discreet package. What's better than that? So if you need more confidence where it counts, BlueChew is the fast and easy way to enhance your performance. How, you ask? Well, BlueChew is made in the USA, and because it ships direct, it's way less money than going to the pharmacy. And best of all, no more awkwardness. And for our listeners right now, you got a special deal. You can get a free shipment of BlueChew by using our discount code. That's SquADD,
SquADD. That's right. You get a free shipment, your first trial for free. All you got to do is go to BlueChew.com. That's BlueChew.com and enter the promo code SquADD.
Babe, let's go.
I'll be right there. SquADD. SquADD. BlueChew.com. You're welcome.
All right, moving on along. The
last
next,
one for this one, or
no,
two more for this
we got two more. The next topic we're discussing is cookies versus brownies.
Ooh. Man.
Cookies.
This is interesting because they both excel on a lot of things that are important.
Talking to the mic.
Sorry. I don't know.
You've been
Give me a
you're on like
lot.
6 different podcasts. You should know. Talking to
I be forgetting. Honestly, I feel like I'm just talking to y'all. I be forgetting this is even like here.
Sounds
Like,
gonna be trash.
no lie. I be talking loud though. So here's the things that are cooking important to me in dessert: the smell as it's being cooked. Cookies and brownies equal. Both of those you can taste them pre-cooked. Cookie dough, brownie batter, and also the finished product. Perfect. However, the cookies best served to me hot and soft. Brownies, the corner, also hot and soft. So
What are these?
What a
I feel like you just. I feel like you just wanted to say something.
I don't even know
You
what
sound like you had a
we're talking about.
presentation that you didn't know was
You know
due.
what's also funny? Low key, I'm like,
Hot and soft.
I want both of those now.
Verbal food porn.
I just,
Trev, you want to say something?
I think what breaks it is cookie dough tastes fire and ice cream, but brownies and ice cream doesn't really do much for me. You ever had the brownies and ice cream?
What are you talking about?
It's
I'm
kind of
bringing it into the
cold.
bedroom. It does some things. Spices it up.
This is the separating factor for me.
Time out. I want a clarifying question. We talking all cookies and all brownies,
Like
or like
Oreos or like
chocolate chip
chocolate chip?
cookies versus
I think
regular
we're
brownies?
just talking like cookies in general versus brownies in general.
There's not a lot of variation in with
Yeah, brownies
That's,
is
that's,
just
that's
cans
what,
and
that was
stuff.
gonna be
You
my
put
point right
Reese's
there.
Pieces
A
in
nigga
them
tried to
or
give
not?
me a lemon bar. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, peanut
like,
butter.
Lemon bar ain't a
Lemon
lemon
bar.
brownie.
Maybe double fudge brownie, but
Ingredients when
that's
it comes to our dishes to brownies, to like peanut butter or nuts. That's it. Like that's really, really it. But when you got we're talking cookies, you got chocolate chips, you got oatmeal raisin,
Oatmeal
you got
raisin,
Peanut butter
best
cookie.
cookie.
Yeah,
You got to be
Oreos.
75 years old to buy oatmeal raisin.
I love
cookies.
oatmeal
I
raisin
love
cookies.
oatmeal raisin
Are
with
you
nuts.
serious?
They hit.
Oatmeal raisin
Nuts
with
and
nuts.
raisin?
Oh,
I don't like the
we're
nuts.
talking about a good time.
The oatmeal raisin, scoop back. The oatmeal raisin cookies at the DoubleTree Hotel with the nuts.
I've
and
never had the oatmeal raisin ones. I've only had the chocolate chip.
I'm more of a snickerdoodle man myself.
Now that's the
Those are
oldest
pretty
cookie.
soft.
That's fire.
Snicker-
That is
Dudes
the
were
butterscotch
so-
of cookies.
That's the what?
The butterscotch cookies.
What are you talking about? A snickerdoodle?
No, man.
Oh my
They
god!
sold those on the range.
Have you guys ever had a brookie?
A
the
cookie
brownie cookie.
Those are probably the best.
A brownie cookie?
All right, never even heard
Oh, man,
that.
I gotta learn
7-Eleven sells
I
it.
gotta learn
Oh,
you.
here you go with 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. I got the
brookie?
app.
What
Is
is
it-
it?
is
Is
it
it just
It's
equal?
a brownie and a cookie.
brownie?
Is it like half and half, or are they mixed
They're
together?
immersed.
Mixed together.
Oh,
so usually
I've seen
the ones
those.
that I had. You ever have?
Subway white chocolate macadamia nut cookies?
That's probably the best.
Damn.
That's probably the best.
Where the fuck
Tell me
does
more about
Subway
this.
get out being that good for just
Their
the
cookies are
I
better
go there
than their
just for
sandwiches.
cookies. Do you ever go
I've
just
done
for
that
cookies?
before.
I'm
Like,
like,
what kind of sandwich I got? No, no,
fuck
no,
that.
no.
Do you skip the line?
I said, I don't care about your artistry, all right?
Doesn't
They
it
even
a
have the
raspberry
red
cheesecake?
velvet cheesecake or whatever it
I
is.
think
The
so.
red cheesecake.
Their
Whatever
oatmeal
it
raisin
is.
cookies are fire
White
too.
chocolate
And the double
macadamia nut cookies.
Only thing,
are
this is my thing
hidden.
about it. I love cookies.
Hold on, man. I ain't the brookie. You were telling me about it.
It's
Y'all ever?
fire.
It's like an interracial relationship.
And
You know,
cookie sandwiches with-
turtles, like that caramel chocolate.
yeah.
They make it, so
Katie
they
Dits?
they basically have. If you can imagine like a cookie, or sorry, a brownie, but like with cookie infused in it. So you see like the cookie dough kind of in it, and the bottom is very cookie.
Trash. Ice cream sandwich. Pizzoki.
Have you ever had a cronut?
What is it? BJ's? Does a Pizzoki? It's
Yeah,
Pizookie.
Pizookie.
Is that the ice cream with the,
Yes.
the cookie?
Is
Yes.
a cookie under it?
I don't
Oh,
like
man,
ice
I'll
cream.
fight
I don't like
myself
hot
for
and
one of those.
cold.
Have you ever had a cronut?
I don't know what that
Niggas
is.
ain't had cronuts?
I have.
It's
What is
on-
A
croissant?
croissant and a donut. I'm gonna have to learn you niggas.
Where
man.
is that?
A croissant and a
It's a
They're
donut?
croissant.
weird.
Cronut.
They're
Is that in New
interesting.
York
They're-
only?
No, it's
No.
here.
What?
Yeah.
A lot of donut shops actually sell them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
SK
get
Donuts,
the
that's my favorite
yeah.
spot to go to. SK Donuts got the
Y'all know a lot about pastry.
And if you go,
I'm in these streets.
let me get
I'm in
fun,
these streets.
fun fact. Fun fact. If you go to
Fun
a bakery 5 minutes before they close, they'll
That's a
give you
fat
mad
fact.
extra
Oh my
donuts
God.
before they throw them out.
The old you be getting the
Because you
old
walk in there with a
They're
gun.
going to toss it in the dumpster. Hey. I'll give you 20 for the bag. He's like, I'll give you 20 for the bag. I was throwing it away. I'll rob you. Obviously, it's
Give me all your donut holes. You don't want the full one? No.
Bakers walk out and see DoBoy and a bunch of raccoons. Just like, you ready?
Doing their hands up.
You know what
7 p.m. already?
the raccoons doing this, and DoBoy's like, "Oh, this is what we got to do to get it."
But this is my thing. Let me tell you the pros and cons about both. Cookies are fire.
no cons.
They're a
There's
great.
definitely no cons.
There's a great. The cookies are a great conversation starter. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could just be talking to somebody like, "Listen, I told the bitch, quit playing, bitch." And then you know what I'm saying? Take another bite.
Are these how your conversations go?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're like, who are you? Sir. This is a Mrs. Fields. Stop trying to talk to all the customers.
Who are you?
Buy and go. You've been in for 2 hours.
When y'all throwing these away? That's what I want to know.
So cookies are fire. Like, they can not do much wrong in my universe.
What a sentence that was.
But at the same time, like, they're like a little messy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Brownies are
crumbs can
messier,
be
I feel like.
different
Brownies be
things of this
crumbling.
nature. And now with brownies always make me want to go to sleep. But they're the only reason I can really eat vanilla ice cream.
They oddly do make you go
And
to
I don't
sleep,
want to
too.
stop eating vanilla ice cream, so I'm going to go with brownies.
All right, brownies for you. Cam, what do you got? That made no sense. But
It
sometimes
makes you want to
gotta
go to
let 'em-
sleep.
They low
Brownies don't make you wanna go to sleep?
How many brownies are you eating?
A pan. The whole pan. You think it's sharing on
He
that?
didn't skip a beat. He didn't even give a number. Not 12.
The response time on that.
We're not cutting.
It's technically one.
We're doing a dump. We're just dumping it onto the counter.
How many brownies? His answer was industrial.
We didn't even talk about Girl
But
Scout cookies.
brownies a la mode, bro, with the vanilla
Whole
ice
new
cream.
level.
Girl Scout cookies. They don't sell
Shit.
Girl
Oh, wait,
Scout
wait,
brownies.
wait.
Like you said,
I
brownies.
forgot about Samoas, nigga.
you said
Nah,
brownies.
nigga, cookies, bitch. I need that back. Run that back. Back that bus on up.
So here's my thing about brownies. I think cookies are enjoyed more on a day-to-day basis. I can go a long time without eating a brownie and not
true.
think about it. But when a brownie enters the room, we're like, brownies? Yes. I ain't had a brownie. I can't even think of the last time I had a brownie. But
always
right
like
now, if I
work
had
or
a brownie
something.
versus a cookie,
Let me ask
I
you
would
this.
take it. Cookie just dominates it. I was talking. That's why I was kept going.
Hurry up, nigga. I want to say something too.
I have work.
I feel like cookies are more prevalent, so there's so much more versions of them.
Yeah.
And I like them probably more. But brownies is
Brownies
it's
more
like
like a
s'mores.
dessert. It's not a snack. Cookies be a snack. Dessert is like a brownie. You know.
Yes, because brownies are super rich. You feel way
too
worse about
much.
yourself with too many brownies.
Yeah.
It's
too
too
many
much.
cookies there's
It's
not
fine.
too many.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where I'm like, I'm gonna just eat 3 Oreos.
I mean,
But
that's a
know
whole ass
that's
cereal.
not-
Go back and finish the sleeve.
Easy.
I'm a sleeve killer. Let me ask y'all this:
I feel he's
if,
putting
if,
I guess
the cookie,
both in
if the
there.
cookie and the brownie are both perfect, right, and they both come out the oven, so they're both perfect, and you get that first bite of each, which one are you taking?
I'm going to take the cookie.
Yeah, a cookie.
Brownies aren't as good as we think.
The surrounding of the cookies are
They're not as good as you think.
They're just not.
That's like brownies are all biased and propaganda. The truth is they ain't that.
Brownies
Don't
ain't for
believe
the
the
people.
brownie. The brownie's lying. No, I think it's just too much. Like after 3 or 4, and you can't eat it hot and cold. Cookies are good.
That's
Yes, you
true.
can't, no, you can't eat brownies cold.
No, you can't. You
Well,
can eat
yeah,
them
you
hot
can.
and room temperature.
Room temperature, they be better because they be chewy.
What?
I mean, you
It'd
know
be,
how
no, it'd
teeth
be like
work,
the
right?
chewy kind. Like it'd be like 2 days, and you leave them out on top of the oven, and you go back.
Nothing lasts with you for 2 days.
You know you
nigga.
good and well. That brownie,
Light
A
ass up.
brownie that lived for 2 days.
That brownie
that brownie that lived 2 days is telling stories. You know, I lasted.
You got a
2 days.
full beard.
A brownie smoking a
How
cigarette.
long were you in there for?
I was in DoBoy's counter 2 days. Ask me. They tell legends about that brownie. You know, quiet as kept. Charles over there.
He hid behind some wheat thins.
Never saw it
All my
come.
friends got it. All my friends got it.
He has a little lair in your stomach. You got to go through some dark alley. When I last in DoBoy,
I'll tell you what you need to know.
you got another thing coming. He definitely points with the cigarette.
Now get out of here, kid.
Bother me.
Beat it. Flicking a cigarette at somebody saying beat it. I got to do it at least once. Now, I don't smoke.
Come back tomorrow.
I got to do that.
I got more stories.
Oh, my God. All right, Pat, where you landing at?
I said brownies are not as good as we think they are. He's like a brownie hippie. Listen, guys, brownie
It's
hippie.
condensed cake.
I know you
Is
think
it
they're
not?
warm and chewy.
It is.
Search yourself.
It is.
Stressed out cake.
It's
just
super
like,
condensed
get me out of
cake.
here. It's all
And I don't
bullshit.
even really
It is
like the
stressed out
consistency
cake.
of cake. I'm not a cake person, so I'm going
I'm not a cake
cookies.
person either.
Cookie?
Cookies got variety. You can eat it hot or cold.
Ice cream
And you can
sandwiches,
eat a
let
bunch of them.
alone hits.
What?
Yeah,
Ice cream
brownie sandwiches
You
are
know,
not
no,
fire.
I say with like ice cream and then like the
Oh, like
the
cookie ice cream sandwich.
They got
Yeah.
whole restaurants that just serve cookie-based
Diddy
ice cream
Reese?
sandwiches.
Like a UFO?
Yeah, Diddy Reese.
Remember the
Diddy
UFOs
Reese.
or the ice cream trucks?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have y'all
yeah,
ever
yeah.
put chocolate chips in your brownies though?
No, that's a lot of
You said that like it was an unheard of thing.
It's a whole thing. Chocolate.
I'm gonna blow
overload.
y'all minds.
Oh, yeah. It's lit.
Trevor, where you at, Alex?
Cookie.
Cookie.
Well,
No?
yeah. Brownie. I mean cookie.
You doing?
Because of Girl Scout cookies.
I'm gonna do cookie too. All right,
Is this the first unanimous?
This is the first unanimous.
Unanimous.
All right,
I'm
fifth
cookie.
episode.
Yeah.
This is the first unanimous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cookie broke the record.
Are there bad
Six.
cookies? How
Are
do you
there
feel about
what?
the ones with all the frosting on it that are like at the grocery store?
sugar
The
cookies?
circle
No,
ones?
no,
Those don't really do it for me.
I hate
I
those.
hate that. It
People
hurts
go
my
crazy
teeth when I
over
bite it.
I don't like frosting like that.
Was that Laurel
It's gotta be
Dune
whipped
or-
frosting.
What are those called?
I'm a
know, but they always
frosting
like it-
connoisseur.
that
I can't
pink-
do the heavy.
Yeah,
Those
Oh,
don't do
the
it
light
for me.
whipped
Yeah,
kind?
yeah.
You know, it's like they're like spongy. They're like air. Those don't do much for me.
Even the Delta
Oh, the
cookies.
waffle. I mean,
No, the-
wafer cookies.
No, they're just like it's like a sugar cookie, but on top they have just that thick ass icing on top. It's
Yeah,
It's white,
sprinkles.
right?
Too much.
It's always at the front of the grocery store.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, right
With
as you
like
walk in.
French bread and stuff. I walk
likes
right
it?
past.
Who's
Huh?
eating this?
Yeah.
I've never talked to
I would take a
nobody-
brownie over that.
I'm gonna tell you what though.
You never
like,
see that
I,
in nobody's cart though.
I always get that for my daughter when she has to take stuff to school. That's what I get. I don't
it's
spend
a
no money on
school.
these
It's a
kids.
school cookie.
I give them those.
That
cookies.
is the
Which
only
one are
time
you
you
talking about?
buy
Which
it.
of these?
They're like the regular sugar cookies.
Oh, okay, I got
with
you.
just the frosting on it.
but it's like a aggressive amount. It's
Yeah.
What is your least favorite cookie?
I used to think it was vanilla wafers, but those actually kind of hit. once
Nillis?
you grew up.
Oh, nigga.
Oh yeah,
yeah, those are interesting.
they're better in other desserts, but than as a solo. But I'll take them.
Least favorite?
Thin mints.
Thin Mints are good.
Thin Mints are great.
I eat
Thin
them,
mints-
but I don't.
You
I
gotta
don't-
put them in the freezer. This is a DoBoy trick. Thin mints coming out the freezer. It's a whole.
Right, yeah,
different,
no, I agree.
It's a whole different
Freezer?
experience.
Facts.
I'm
yeah.
not big on those the lemon cookies.
Lemon
Oh,
cookies are
I
ass.
love
Yeah.
Lemon
I
cookies are
I'm a
ass.
fan of the zest.
But even the shortcake ones, those
Say
ones
yes
that
to the
nobody
zest.
gets for the Girl Scouts, those are kind of good too.
I feel like lemon doesn't do
Bland.
good in desserts at all because I don't like lemon
Lemon
meringue pie
meringue?
either.
Crazy as
That's
hell, boy.
disgusting.
I like it, just
You're
not the
crazy
meringue.
as hell.
Lemon
boy.
meringue.
no,
pies.
like what's a wheat cookie?
Lemon cookie.
Ginger snaps.
Ginger snaps.
Nah, ginger snaps
snaps.
gold.
Ginger snaps are
Far and
bad.
away worse.
Snick-
cookie.
No. Iced oatmeal is the
No,
worst.
I love
Oh, I know
those.
what
You
you're
like
talking
iced
about.
oatmeal?
From Mothers.
Yes. You like that?
I'd
kill you.
I do ice oatmeal.
Ginger
Iced
snaps or
oatmeal is
anything
trash.
cinnamon is
I
trash.
don't
Ginger
I don't
snap is
want
a
coconut
big-
in my
And
cookies,
how y'all
though.
feel about
anything with
the-
coconut in it? I'm not rocking with.
Frosted animal cookies. You
I
fuck
rock with those.
Oh, like
love
the
those.
pink ones?
Yeah,
The pink and white
Those
ones?
are fire.
I love
Those are
I'll
good.
eat those till stomach
I can't-
ache happens.
Oh
Till
yeah.
stomach ache?
Yes.
I eat those till stomach ache. You said that like Orphan Annie. I eat them till stomach ache.
ouch. Okay, that's enough.
Those are always hitting.
I'm
for me.
notorious for
Oh,
that.
snap.
You know what other cookies are really good for mothers? Taffy.
For mothers?
Taffy.
Mother's cookies. Taffy. They're the thick
from
ones.
Mothers.
Mother's cookies.
I don't know what those are. I don't know.
Oh
They
my
make the
God.
iced oatmeal.
Yeah. But the taffy ones are like this real thick with this thick like whipped thick. Oh, I'm getting aroused.
Yeah,
aroused
real
thinking about-
thick with this
What-
thick and this thick. That's
It's-
all you say.
Okay, it's like a brown cookie that
had a
has like
stroke.
this thick like whipped thing inside of it, like whipped
He
cream.
starts stealing black. Like,
Oh, man. I never had taffy.
Don't sleep on the non-frosted animal cookies too, because those are actually
if you ain't got nothing else to
Those
do,
are kind of ass.
Animal crackers was trash.
animal
Oh, you talking
crackers
about
are
animal
good.
crackers?
Yeah.
Animal crackers was trash.
They're boring.
I guess those aren't considered cookies, huh?
Nah, the best part about that was the
put
box.
those in chili. All right.
box is
Put
so
cookies in chili?
that's a unanimous cookies. We're going to move on. All right, here's the last topic of the day, and we are talking about MJ and Pippen versus Kobe and Shaq. Who's the better duel?
I'll go first because I don't know sports like that.
We know, nigga.
Hits
So
your
about looking at
attire.
you.
You know what
got
sport
on a
they
blanket
play?
and moccasins. Nobody's confused here, nigga.
Yo, before you start, when we played ADD basketball with the whole company that couple times, Pat stole the ball from me. I almost went home. First of all, he played in Vans with no socks. He stole the ball from
I'm
me
very swift.
and jumped the fence. I was like, "Where you going?"
Niggas nibble.
I was so mad. He was crafty.
It was. That's funny. Kobe and Shaq?
Kobe and
Oh,
Shaq
Jesus.
versus
Wait,
MJ
what are
and
we
Pippen.
saying? The better duo or who's winning in a game?
Best duel.
Duo.
So which
Duo or
Why are you
duel?
saying duel?
I said duel.
Duo.
Are you saying duo or duol?
Half this podcast
Duo?
is just seeing what people
Figuring out
say.
what
Jesus,
Dia
I hate
said.
the way your mouth
What
works.
letters are you saying? What letters?
Jesus.
D.
D
Wake your
what?
tongue up.
Dual.
D what?
You.
I
It's
picture
D-U-O.
Kobe.
You're not saying
You
duo.
stupid ass. You can't talk.
You're
Can we get
saying
Rosetta
DUEL.
Stone as a sponsor?
Dual.
Subtitles.
Duo.
You're talking about Pulla. You're talking about
Duo.
Aaron Burr.
Duo.
And
That's what I was saying.
D-U-O.
D-U-O.
Okay, now say dual.
Dual.
Now duo.
Duo.
It just sounds like the same word, but you're saying two different words.
That's two different words.
I just picture Kobe slapping somebody with some gloves. Like, I challenge you to a duel.
I'm not saying dual.
I'm saying duo. Okay, get it. Duo.
Dual.
All right, got you. We got it. We're clear.
Kobe and Shaq, because I got to see it.
All right.
Yeah, Sam, I
You
grew up
saw them
Kobe and
play?
Shaq. And both of them rap, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's
We're not
pretty
going to
Well,
call what Kobe
Shaq
did rapping.
raps.
We're not going to do that, Trevor. You're not going to be that
Nah,
disrespectful.
Shaq was actually the best basketball playing rapper.
You know
He
Master
might
what?
be
P.
the best athlete rapper. He got a song
Master
with Pac and
No.
Biggie.
Dame-
He does.
No, I know. I was laughing because he said Master P.
I mean, Master P technically was the one who made
He
it.
did
play
have
for
a
the
10-day
Raptors.
contract. Dame Lillard might be a better rapper than
Oh,
Shaq.
I forgot about Dame. Dame is hard.
Yeah, Dame Lillard be rapping for real.
Yeah, I just grew up on
Like,
Kobe
he
and
ra-
Shaq. Shaq's a DJ now, which is the.
But we're talking about
wildest thing.
basketball. You gonna just give it to Nick because he raps.
You think I watch a lot of sports? I'm in the same boat as Pat. We over here playing patty cake and talking about video games and shit. Y'all reviewing The Bachelorette and some shit. Y'all be.
I thought this episode was kind of slow.
That show is really popular though.
What,
The Bachelorette.
Yeah.
Like
They
it don't.
talk
We,
about the ADD. All the
bruh,
girls.
the girls used to go into a room and they had like the Bachelorette room. They would just talk about it like.
They had
Yes,
a,
bro.
ADD?
a
Pat, what was y'all
whiteboard.
talking about when y'all was up in there? Why were y'all in there
It's
so
so
long?
crazy how
That
something can be
face
so
only
popular.
signifies-
He look. You just look like you need some hot cocoa. The big hug. You like you getting over a breakup. Like
So like, get this nigga some soup.
Nigga soup. All right. So
Yeah, Kobe and Shaq. Kobe and Shaq.
Kobe and
Grew up
Shaq,
with
Kobe
them,
Shaq.
yeah.
All right, so I'll get the pros and cons to both.
Oh shit.
Actually, I'll just go pros. They ain't really got cons. What Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen was able to do in the 90s. Oh wait, no, they both had 2 3-peats, huh?
no, they'd have 2 3-peats. The
Lakers
Lakers
had
did
one.
have. Yeah, they had 1 3-peat,
Okay, so
and then Shaq left,
Okay, got you.
and he won another one
Got you.
with Miami, and then Kobe won another one much later. But Jordan left too. Came back 1 3 more.
Okay.
You're Scottie.
Okay, shut up.
Shaquille O'Neal.
No,
I'm running
shut
my
up.
own jokes back. I'm running my own jokes back.
All right, so I think that what the Bulls were able to do in the 90s, we're never going to see it again. I mean, they had the 72-10 win team. Like, that's a record that's never. Oh, wait, it already fell. My bad. So,
You sound about as knowledgeable as I did. And me and him just said, yeah, this team made the baskets go in.
basically, what the Bulls were able to do in the 90s. Now, they did have one of their records fall, the 72-10 one fall, so I get that. But the fact that they had 2 3-peats in the same decade, that means they won 6 out of the 10. That is just dominance on a different level. What Michael Jordan was doing is just unreal. There's really nobody that we can compare him against. Like, you know what I'm saying? He actually, we don't even know. They might have had 8-peat had he not took off 2 years to go play
not
baseball.
winning 8 in a row.
Who was really going to beat them?
The Rockets.
Why wasn't they beating them before?
They didn't have the
Shut up,
wherewithal.
nigga.
That's what you had.
I feel like a Werther's original should have fell out of my mouth when I said that. They didn't have the gumption,
But I mean, and what I will, it is a tough decision because I feel like Shaq is single-handedly the most dominant basketball player ever. Like, there was nobody ever, but at the same time, like, you know, there was always questions about his conditioning. Was he lazy? Different things like that. So I don't know if we really got to see his full potential, but with Michael
sock his
Jordan,
ass out.
he put it
Look at him
all the
shouting,
way
like, he
out.
Let me tell you what, it's DoBoy saying, I don't know if we got to see Shaq's full potential or anything because he was lazy. Coming
It's a
from me.
full NBA athlete.
But no, I'm just saying though. He will even say that he was like on the offseason, he was like, nah, like he wasn't doing all that. Like people like Kobe, Michael, like they was never taking no days off and they just kind of breathed it a little bit different. So it was a tough decision, but 6 out of 10 years is dominance in a way I don't think we're ever going to see again. So I'm going
That
with
is true.
the Bulls.
I'm going with the Michael Jordan and the Scottie Pippen.
You ain't got
they
nothing,
got
nigga. Shut up.
You said a whole bunch of stuff, and I want to reiterate. I actually was surprised you had that much knowledge about it. I thought you just watched basketball for the concessions.
Ooh, you see the hot dog?
Yeah.
Ooh, that hot
He
dog
watching
got
the
some
crowd
buds
like,
on
ooh,
it.
look at that.
Oh, they do got the new popcorn. I told you.
Shut up.
But Michael Jordan literally made the NBA as powerful and prominent as it was. He's the one that made it go from Lakers versus Celtics to Jordan the Bulls versus this guy and that guy.
Right.
And
damn.
they've sold sports like that ever since. Billionaire athlete, terrible jeans choices, and the thing that nobody mentioned. And here's why. Put Jordan above Shaq and Kobe. MJ cryface meme was my favorite meme for like 2.5 years. I thought that meme would never go away.
It did go away, huh?
It went away.
Hey,
but for
it
like
really
it was the first
Put that shit
3-peat
on
meme.
anything, and the internet's like,
For 3 years, Trev. We were sports stuff. Somebody lost cryface meme.
Dude, there was a meteor coming towards the Earth, and they put the face on the Earth. It was iconic. There's kids that knew that he was a meme, not a basketball player.
Yes, it is the Michael Jordan of memes as well. It had probably the longest time period of any meme in the internet history.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy, the Michael
Absolutely.
Jordan of memes.
He's the Michael Jordan of basketball and meme.
And
That
people
meme
say-
should go in. If there's a Hall of Fame of memes, that is the first
Absolutely.
inductee.
Yeah.
Into
And people
memes.
even say the phrase, "You're the Michael Jordan of
whatever you
That would
do.
be awesome.
That is true.
Can you imagine that? Like
They
he's
called
like the
Deshaun
Patrick Cloud of this. Like,
Watson the
damn.
Michael Jordan football.
You're the Michael Jordan of ribs.
Well, you messed it up. You messed it up on the delivery.
He wanted it too bad.
Fumbling, stumbling.
There's a lot of pressure right there.
I am going to go with.
You don't know about sports.
Sure don't.
I'm going to go with Jordan.
With Michael
and
Jordan's
Pippen.
dress shoes, I like this.
Because
He shopped at
St. Louis did not
Italiano.
have a basketball team, so the closest team we had was the Bulls, and I always rooted for the Bulls. I always was a Jordan fan, so I will always rep Michael Jordan and Pippen over Shaq and Kobe.
That was a very thought-provoking piece that you just made there. Jesus.
We didn't have sports where I grew up.
It's supposed to just be my opinion.
This
That's what I
segment
gave you.
sucks, and I don't want to do any more sports stuff.
Yeah, I think
I agree.
more food. Now, brisket versus ribs, you got me right back here.
If it was tennis, I'd be all in.
Like,
but
man, I lived in St. Louis. Chicago was there. Bulls.
I'm watching all you
That's
three.
it, nigga.
I'm watching you guys talk about basketball like it's Pork Center.
Pork center.
Pork Center.
Jesus.
Port?
Pork center.
God damn it! You gave me three
This
two
nigga-
laughs. I didn't understand
This
it.
nigga fell back 3 times.
What was it?
Pork center.
What were you laughing
What is
at
that?
the first
Wait,
two
wait, wait,
times?
wait. Pork.
What was it?
What
Wait, what was it?
the first time?
Thought he said port, like we're portly.
Pork.
They're both funny. That's why I was laughing. I wanted to make sure because I was like, you're laughing at something different than me. I was laughing because I thought he said Port Center. I was like, oh, that's funny. But he said Pork Center. That's also funny.
Yeah.
That was a double laugh.
All right. Well, there you have it.
We
So
talked about
have-
everything but the sports shit on this part.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, don't put no more athlete ones in here.
I don't like it.
Well, there you go, fans. No more sports stuff.
Fans.
This is one of theirs. I'll do this shit.
Clearly hungry. There you go.
Pork
Fans,
ribs
watchers.
versus beef ribs. You got
Oh,
an
now
argument.
that's a show.
Beef ribs are too big, man. They're like dinosaur bones.
They are. They're great for
And they don't have a
dogs.
lot of meat on them.
We
Yeah.
can't actually do this
No, no.
debate right now.
No, let's do it.
No, they do
I
it.
can't stand fucking beef ribs, man.
All
Fuck
right.
beef ribs,
And the
man.
next time you will
Man.
hear that conversation.
Paying for a big ass bone. Shit came off the Flintstone screen to my
It
plate.
is big.
Hey, they
You could
ribs
kill
is-
a man with a beef rib.
real.
He was killed with a blunt object. What was it? I feel like by the circumference, it was a beef rib.
We'll see you next time. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and inbox me or DM your boy.
Huntsville,
Holla
Alabama.
at you.
A man was killed with a beef rib blow to the head.